Good evening. This is President Ann Diener. Donald Trump is legally and lawfully deposed since August 8th of 2017, and it was found out finally what Gordon Duff did, the guy at Veterans Today, to launder our tax money from my driveway. Basically, he contacted the Secret Service agency with Les Wexner, and that's how they conducted their prostitution ring. And we do keep our gold standard, and hopefully our money back will be delivered. Gold standard has been the standard for all currencies globally. Only in Venezuela was Maduro asking for his, as people have abandoned the Commonwealth. And that is true for the majority of countries, and it keeps going on with the war criminals here at my house. I have interrogated them for months now and attempted to put on the War Crimes Tribunal, and I take it seriously. I've wanted to get to the bottom of the 128 buildings with the nuclear components that have been put in. The issue is Obama and Obama's expectation of having the next presidency hand-delivered to him. Is it right for Obama to have the presidency hand-delivered to him without conducting a war crimes tribunal so that Bill Gates can take advantage of Bush money? It was found out advanced technology has been put in by Bill Gates, and that's how it was put in with Gordon Duff, and that's why it was unlicensed communist Chinese technology. And that technology basically tried to strip our space program from us. Originally, Gordon Duff wrote an article in Veterans Today about how we couldn't have our own space program. Finally, we got an admission of guilt. Basically, Cheney wanted to get over the war crimes. He actually wanted to work in space rather than conducting war offshore, and we were going to move to a tribunal against Dick Cheney. And I worked all day with NASA sending them information about our tribunal. And now it was found out that Gordon Duff partnered with Wexner to set up my driveway here for the laundering of the drug money for the housing, and tied in with the prostitution of communism coming. And that is criminal. I've been trying to get Wexner for a long time in regards to Epstein and the artificial intelligence that they do, as well as the prostitution ring. And that was one of my goals when I wrote the article. And he did have 2 attorneys that lived with them. They should not build jails for greasy spoon Republicans nor any American citizen. What is wrong with our War Crimes Tribunal actually being featured on TV, at CNN, American war criminals, and what happened during the Iraq and Afghanistan wars? Gordon Duff wanted to go back into Iraq and Afghanistan, and that was one of the reasons why he hired the pilots on September 11th to fly into the buildings. And he said that is proven. And so why is he allowed to be free and operate on my driveway out of my house to attempt to harm local people as well as others with lefties? There are a whole bunch of white lefties that wanted to come into our area yet again with Dick Cheney's team. And it seems like no one can ever seem to just get a hold of this whole nasty mess of Dick Cheney's team. They came into our community illegally and began operating here. They came in and they used Bill Gates. We had Bill Gates gone. Bill Gates was gone completely from coast to coast. And we had our gold standard to deliver to everyone as a basis for our normal monetary system. Internationally, everyone wanted their gold standard, and money is printing. Our Commonwealth money has been sitting at the Department of Justice, waiting for the American people. So why is it that we cannot get our War Crimes Tribunal on TV to include Les Wexner and the prostitution ring that Epstein was a part of since the very beginning? Wexner started Epstein. And why are we still telling the same old story? Is it because Clinton was a part of it and Trump was a part of it and lots of people were a part of it? But what happens when people don't want to be a part of Wexner's crime cartel? What happens when the recycling money he stole gets taken back by an American politician and people start asking for their refunds for all the recycling that he admitted to? Why should a criminal who starts a prostitution ring steal your recycling money in the millions to billions of dollars every year? Can that be included in our War Crimes Tribunal? That's data available on hand. Why can't we see our tribunal as a giant collections situation for the American people? $840 trillion was stolen from us by the war criminals. Can't Americans have a chance to get their money back from these war criminals, to include our recycling money that Wexner admitted to? Why are we sitting here paying the price for them? I provided my testimony in earnest against Donald Trump, who stole election 2016. The bankruptcy evidence was used against him because he did conspire with Russians behind the scenes to bankrupt American people. And so when Trump is proud of himself for our gold standard, and Chuck Schumer then threatens to kill him and kill me, and and puts Duff back in with Gates and the hand stamping, and now we've got a new hand marker or something that's been from the money back that's been given to the lefties with Dick Cheney team. Why does this go on? We need to take our country back from the package, and that's the Clinton-Schumer package. And that's the unlicensed Chinese technology and the psychological programming that they wanted to put in again. What gives them the right? They psychologically want to program American people not to take their money back from war criminals. And that's been their goal, as they have 128 buildings that they can set you up in, just like they did on September 11th, where 3,500 Americans died. And Mercer, from my understanding, was part of the team that put the nuclear components in the buildings. So why are they not on tribunal? Why can't we invite them? It seems like it should be time to invite them to a tribunal that describes how they put the components in for Bill Gates to set them off. It was found out that Bill Gates did it. Does that give him the right to monitor you in your home and install biometric programming as well as put things in your hand because he controlled the columns down with the nuclear components? That would be the last person I'd want to control my finances, would be someone who pulled September 11th. So can we start our tribunal tomorrow with me presiding over it as president I became? They said Trump wouldn't win 2016, that it was just a handoff. Maybe we could make our election convictions, and those are cross-check, micro-targeting, and Diebold. And so why were the Diebold vans here in California? Was it because the left wanted them brought back in for Dick Cheney's team, as the mayor sat surprised that the lefties were back in with their white hair and the goons were back again? Round and round Dick Cheney goes, trying to cause us financial harm. Will we ever get our chance to finally have a tribunal? Have a good night.